Greatness is not in where we stand, but in what direction we are moving. We must sail sometimes with the wind and sometimes against it, but sail we must, and not drift, nor lie at anchor. Oliver Wendell Holmes. My friends, you got to be in the market. You got to be following these charts. Practice trading when you can. You learn by doing. Don't worry about how long it takes. Just every day, all we ask is 10 to 15 minutes. You will learn by doing. Let's jump into these charts. And don't forget, become a Patreon member if you want my latest book and our 3-part series, Options Made Simple, The Charting Wealth Way. Everything is up for the day, but bonds are pulling back a little bit. S&P 500 up just a little under 0.5%, 0.40 to be exact. And as we look at where things are after the down week last week, let's look. We see the high back on the week beginning the 12th of January was 696.04. Yesterday it was 694 something. How high did we get today? 696.53. So indeed, we have popped up a little higher. Things continue to just go. And how long will it go? It'll go till it stops. And again, as we see, we are now above the weekly trend line on the 2-day chart. We passed it going above it yesterday on the half-day chart, so Monday and Tuesday. And again, above it on both those short-term charts, sitting right sort of on it as far as the candle goes now on the weekly chart. Don't have an ability to redraw this chart yet. But again, we'll see how the week continues to go. We're not at Friday yet. And we do, have some up movement today. We'll continue to watch. Now, the NASDAQ 100 is up even more, 0.91%. So just under 1 full percent. And of course, pushing above on the 2-day chart, decently above on the half day, and is in a better position moving up on the weekly chart. Now, we'll continue to keep an eye on the volume as we look at the Tuesday volume. It is low, still have another day, but I'm not sure if we're going to get up to average volume on it yet. So we had just below average volume in the morning, fell below that, and we can look back the last day and a half, 2 days, all the way into Friday afternoon, and Friday morning. We have to go actually all the way to Wednesday, the 21st of January, to get up to average or above average volume. So again, as this move has started up, we haven't had volume just hammering up. So we'll keep an eye on things and just see if there are any teeth in this move as it goes along for the week. Remember, you need to have, and in fact, I'll put at the end of today's video the great volume training that we have that combines a lot of Jesse Livermore stuff and helping you understand the psychology of what you're seeing when you see candles, you see price movement, and you see volume, what it's telling you, and being able to read the psychology of the market. Man, is that important. It's one of the big things we teach here. So check that out at the end of today's video. You will like it. So as we move on to bonds, we see that they are down some for the day. Now, again, we have a green up candle for the week. Last week was down. We can see how things started moving up on Wednesday, the 21st. Popped through yesterday, an up day for bonds. And then on Tuesday, pulling back 0.62%, the only down move for the day. We can see as volume's been decreasing for the last day and a half. And as we look at where we are on the weekly, like I said, we're above on the 2-day also, and we're heading down. You really just see red for today on the half-day chart. So we'll see as we head into the week. Or bonds, they popped up and then pulled back on the week beginning the 12th. Yesterday was last week was a down week. That would be the week beginning the 20th. And this week beginning the 26th. We had a pop-up, like I said, starting and pushing through on Monday and now pulling back. So as we get to the end of the week, we'll see if indeed bonds are moving up. Is that a telltale sign that maybe without that volume in the market, it's getting ready to move over? I don't know. I just know what I'm seeing with price and what I'm not seeing with volume. Let's look at where we are on gold? Well, volume is there and price. What's the psychology there? That's an easy one to read. Excitement, exuberance up again, 2.45%. Look at the candles. Look at the volume. We're just at Tuesday and we're already at average volume as gold just pops up and soars. It is absolutely gorgeous. We've been long gold for quite a while. You know, gold started moving up back in late August, moved up, pulled back for 2 weeks in late October into early November, and then the only pullback we've seen since then was at the end of the year, that week beginning the 29th of January, and then it started the year off with a bang. Amazing, guys. Staying long gold. What about Bitcoin? It's up 2.06% for the day, but you can't even see it, can you? We've got a red down candle on the 2-day. That is a Heikin Ashi candlestick. Yes, you heard me say it was up, and the Heikin Ashi candlestick is down. Why? Because Heikin Ashi candlesticks are calculated in a different way. We have great trainings. Just look up Heikin Ashi. You'll find one of our top trainings on the internet, and you'll understand how it shows you what? Average pace. That's why it's so important. You don't get screwed up trying to learn different complicated Japanese candlestick patterns, which are hard to understand and put together, as opposed to Heikin Ashi candlesticks, which I'm told Heikin Ashi means roughly average pace, which is what we're looking for. We're taking out all that noise to see the signal. So even though Bitcoin is up some for the day, there's still a great deal of indecision. It is still in the negative. Had that 2 weeks of run up. That is the week beginning the 5th of January, 12th of January, and then the last 2 weeks blowing off some of that steam. But still, my friends, laying sort of a base. I'm waiting for Bitcoin to get its act together. If it doesn't pop below this interim low that we had back on the 7th, the week beginning 17th of November, that interim low was $23.27. You might say, Tom, Bitcoin's selling for thousands of dollars. This is the Bitcoin ETF. And again, it's a great thing for you to be able to fractional trade. That is small dollar amount. You could buy 4 shares of Bitcoin for just a little over $100. And then when you think you're getting good and you want to start doing a little real money trading, do it with a small dollar amount. You can do fractional trading of big, expensive ETFs like the S&P 500, NASDAQ 100. You can do that with small dollar amounts, again, through fractional trading through your broker. And then in something like HODL, you can just buy 4 shares and see how good you are. But don't start doing any of that till you're getting successful with your paper trading. Friends, that's where we are today. So appreciate you being with us. We always love to hear from you. Patreon members, thank you so much for all your support underwriting the cost of the channel. God bless my friends. All the best from the whole team at Charting Wealth.